They could get through the door at the beginning. This is what I like to see from shox. It may be risky, but showing his confidence. They're giving him the freedom. It's not going to work out this time. It won't be a recreate. For shox was almost just selling them down the river as a fake.
Oh, an Apex. He's drowned in that river. And a 3v5 retake falls in. They do have a kit in ZywOo's hands, but no flashbangs in which to push through. And speaking of pushing through, JW's gone straight through the smoke. He doesn't get all three, just the one, but Fnatic...
I'm expecting better Counter-Strike from both of these teams than what we've seen from them recently. And as said, Fnatic showed that yesterday with how they were able to perform, some of the clutches they were able to pull off, those sort of classic Fnatic rounds. I might have to pause myself for a moment here, Vince, because although this round should still be dead to rights for Fnatic, 2 players on 28 HP, JW on 56 HP, and he's just killing people through smoke. He's not even just spamming the whole time. shox. He was hoping for something. Golden's going to get the last one. He needs to get in to support his team. They do already have shox waiting, and a flashbang. It is good, but it didn't quite catch out Crims. Now, they have to know that there's another player behind them. Otherwise, where did that flash come from? They're not ready, though. The peek from Apex combines with Masuta.
Wasn't here quick enough to fend that angle off. He has the right idea. One bullet seals the deal, but RPK is a bit weakened himself. Still decapitates the Swede.
I think that's more of a positive. Like, it's not something that... Like, he knows what he's going to do. It's not like it's just happening. You don't know what he's going to do. That's what makes it so tough. In this case, Vitality, it's a little bit off. You can already see the rotation actually going back in the other direction. They've killed off Crims, who was the late lurk, and instead they've gone pushing in towards this B side. JW also catches out Apex just. Now with 2 players remaining...
They've got their 4-1 lead. The pressure now mounting on Vitality, and aggression open with Golden taking it for his team. If they want to maybe throw someone in for a fake, never mind that point. Brolan has just splattered ZywOo through the smoke. And what a pick. After Vitality have been patient on their resolve of going in for a save, they instantly get spammed up from up to pace. They are being destroyed right now. JW with another one, making sure that a complete lack of weaponry will be available to Vitality. Masuta, who saved this AK for the last couple of rounds, at least gets a brisk headshot onto JW. But he's living on borrowed time, and Brolan very well may come to collect. He's already collected 2 heads, make it a 3rd. Just to add a little bit of context as well to those stats that you just highlighted. Everything of what you just said is shox burns and then gets tagged down. So hold that thought for a moment, because Fnatic are pulling the trigger a little bit earlier than I thought they would. Apex has to flash himself into safety, relocating, big kill. And yet the slow start now costing them dearly. Masuta has a chance to put this round to bed and to build that comeback in effect. Still needs to deal with the threat of Crims, who, after sprawling 1 player out, then gets silenced himself. Is there enough time for JW to go pick up the bomb, retrieve it, and plant? There is, just about. 47, and now takes the verticality and makes it his home. The apps belong to JW, as does the round. And for
get ready for the next one, I guess.
Yeah,
oh, okay. We've got to find
as well. Classic meme as well of Vitality just don't call timeouts, of course. Like, you're getting completely plastered, still no timeout, nothing to, you know, relocate, like revamp the ideas. ZywOo, though, maybe they don't need one after all.
At least recently. Key play, though, coming through from Crims. He's going to walk through a missed shot. shox low. ZywOo's gone. He's not going to connect. And with how low this is for shox, there's no time. That's unfortunate. They couldn't quite get the bomb down. The seconds ticked by.
A real threat to be contended with, and do not write these guys off. Apex, in the meanwhile, though, through the smoke, gets one, looking for a second, and Golden, although tagged, will stand his ground. So not for the first time, Vitality claim first blood, back away. I'll be hoping for more of the same, but ZywOo comes out second best, and it's Brolan again on arches. This area of the map has just been his so far, Tom, but he may walk into a hungry Apex who, although flashbanged, still able to get the kill on 38 HP. It's a really strange, scrappy skirmish taking shape. But Fnatic are being out-aimed and out-dueled for the first time, it feels, in this entire map. And with Crimson Golden about to walk into another crossfire, Hard to see how Golden can somehow remedy this situation, but he's gone in for two. As Golden goes behind the pillar, I think Apex may have missed his window of opportunity, and now Golden can stand his ground a little bit longer. Not anticipating both players over on this side. The IGL for Fnatic is a star player, momentarily just destroying.
At the moment, it seems like Vitality don't have much else to fall back on. They spoke in the interview about going for a looser style. Well, it doesn't seem to be working too well here on Inferno. They've managed to kill off the lurker, but this leaves Masuta in a position where he at least needs a kill. He can't get nothing. JW just runs into the library, and ZywOo, he finally steps up. 3 kills, in fact 4 kills in the world. We saw it yesterday, we were like, yes! And then today, unfortunately, he's been brought back down to earth. This is interesting though. A few blips coming in for Fnatic, and Apex, well, he will happily capitalize on that. At least, I'm not going to say it's possible, but at least there would be a glimmer of hope if they can take through this last one. Brolin, though, that is clean. He's going to take the pick, even escape back round the corner. The problem I'm having is, though, the remaining 2 players might be able to catch the bomb, and they do. So that leaves this impossible now for Brolin. He's managed to find one.
100%. Like, this would be Golden ×3, because, as you said, so much is working against Brolan, and there we have it. RPK.
I'm not going to be the one to bet against him, and we've said it before, we'll say it again. The second you sort of start to count out Fnatic, they do something like this. They just come out of nowhere, and they were unreal in that first half. They got the opening pick. Here he is again. He made that look so damn easy. Golden with 2 bullets, 2 kills, and leaves just 2 men standing. ZywOo, don't even face this man. Don't you dare face off against Golden in this sort of form. Masuta.
I can't remember Golden just cleaning the floor with a team of Vitality's stature in the past. I'm talking over it because Masuta is basically just wrecked regardless of whichever way he goes.
From COD, zombies. I'm asking for it now. Either way, we are going to have a quick push coming in. It's an investment from the T side. I think they've realized that realistically now, not a lot of hope left. 12-4, you've lost the pistol, and well, now there's only 2 players remaining. This wasn't a save as well. This was everything they've got put into this round. They've just been wrecked. Or the MP9, and they just run down mid and just see what they can do, and then they'd have enough money to buy in the next round anyway. If they won it, they got a huge boost of economy. Wouldn't say it was like the greatest strategy, but it definitely caught a lot of teams off guard.
Yeah, I suppose the other side of that, as well as obviously this eco is going about as well as you'd expect, is if you do end up losing, well, it's only 5 MP9s. It's not as if the T's can like really build anything off that. You don't want to be taking MP9s, playing aggro against full Kevlar and utility. So it's a really cool like double-pronged approach to it. shox has got himself a chance. It's fleeting at best, and he actually moves into the bullets, anticipating Crims may very well push through. Now, can they finish it off, though? Can they put it to bed early and quick in a 16-4? It's looking good. JW and Brolan both chipping together for kills. Golden, who else, fittingly gets in on the action. And now Apex's opposition, IGL, has quite a mountain ahead of him in terms of fragging, and he's a little bit different to Golden. Oh no, it's salt in the wounds.
Them wanting breaks or rest period for their players, also maybe as motivation, or to sell to one of your rivals. That seems to be another option. But either way, Apex, he's managed to be a bit cheeky in this round, sneak his way through. Of course, it's one of the few buys I expect to see on this T side. Does Crims know that Apex is in this corner? Well, he definitely does. Now it doesn't matter, though. Apex is going to give them a damn good chance in this round with the kill he's just managed to achieve. And now it's on to Brolin.
You know, they're getting to that point where could be a little bit more conscious, but with each passing second,
it still don't match up to Golden. I never would have predicted that going into today's ZywOo. Oh, he's catching nades. They're going to be slaughtered at the end of it as well. And RPK can try and do something to trade. He's actually going for this. I was like, oh, he can't do too much. Run. Apex managed to sneak his way through the smoke. Are they going to expect this? See, that missed shots everything. It doesn't even matter. JW's just baiting them in. Got the fishing rod and reeling them. And this leads to what looks like the end of the map. The tank.
He gets hit round the corner. He's a goner. So he has to try and play Out of the ordinary, through the smoke he comes, but they know it. They know it's a distinct possibility. Molotoved off on the coffins, made sure CT was covered, and the rest is put in place. Good guys, Fnatic.
That's let them down. So now Vitality, okay, RPK, they've got to show what they've got.
Yeah, we wanted to see some like, you know, spicy moments, and RPK's just administered a fatal dose of it. Flusher now, off angle, USP, they lined up for him, but he got gooshed instantly and it messed with his aim. 3v3 though, RPK was instantly counted outside. And JW trying to hold on. ZywOo may go for a repeat. Insta flick onto JW.
Because you might expect at this point that the site is completely clear. Brolin's not the problem. Of course, killing him off is definitely going to help. It's Crims, but Apex is more than ready.
Well, here comes a push outside. It's with USP, $0 invested, and they have already got 1 kill, but that's likely where the round ends. On the side of Fnatic, Apex up close with a Glock, insta headshot onto Crims, picks up the MAC-10. The good side of that is it was over fast. It's not like they'd drawn it out to 16-12, 16-13 and then lost and just expended a bunch of energy in the process. They can kind of just put that to the back of their minds and try and forget about it as fast as possible. Flusher, USP coming out round the back, may get the drop on RPK, but he did just hear some noise to his left-hand side, so he's being careful, dinking Apex. But not,
then they are off to potentially the best possible start you could ever have on a map. So bear that in mind with this round. It's not expected to be a win.
Right, exactly. It comes with a huge caveat. Even if Fnatic do pick it up, how much damage Vitality can do could be pretty instrumental. ZywOo and shox making a go of this. That crosshair was so perfectly placed. The only thing that kept Crims alive is that ZywOo ran out of ammunition.
With an SMG, looking to try and be a little bit sneaky as JW, and while he's successful, finds a kill, makes it back through the smoke. Pressure coming in onto Brolin, but it couldn't be a better space for that SMG to be played. He catches Apex trying to sneak in from behind, and JW, the timing goes his way again. He's done the same.
Across to the CTs, and we were just talking about that bonus round coming out really well on Vitality. Well, if they stumble and falter and no more of Fnatic fall alongside them, this is a massive turnaround. 17 seconds, flash, push behind the smoke, and Prolan finds shox, dispatches of him, and then ZywOo falls. 4 players. But this core of Fnatic, they've made a career out of being cheeky. Let's be honest, like JW is known and renowned, revered in some parts for that reason. Apex, big entry, talking about how many times can they come back. This might be one more time. Apex now gives them the lead. And although decom was opened up, the player that was thinking about peeking out knows in a player deficit, at least one of your enemy is going to be looking into there. Apex has got 3 before he gets naded down by the hands of Brolan, but Crims and JW is saved AWP and AK, gives them the options to go in again, and flushes the man to pick up the slack. So they knew this was a possibility. He's aiming down on ramp. This leaves Crims basically alone, but they're still getting the upper hand in these trades. Exquisite hold by Flusher.
Still standing, and with shox performances yesterday, who knows? Nice start. JW down. That's information at least, but the time is ticking. 25 seconds for them to make the play. The shrouded smoke that gives them vision over the top is the start, but it's ZywOo trying to mow them down. The bomb's been dropped, but the trade's been had. And now a battle as old as time itself. Flusher facing off against shox, and Flusher will win it.
JW going aggressive with the AWP. Player to his right is RPK. Oh, how's that missed? That looked on. Maybe he just moved the split second before he pulled the trigger. That's so unfortunate. And the cost is his life, and Flusher down to 22, who may get finished off by this nade. Actually, no. He gets denied by the AK of ZywOo. And Crims is playing up close with the Deagle.
Let's just say Valve have not been kind to this man over the years, but he always seems to come back stronger. Crims, that is a whiff and a half. They did double up, though, and that's the bomb. Brolin, he's retrieved the gun, but it lasts just a second. Golden needs to get back to his Inferno form. They're going to have a chance in this round. He's sneaking his way up the vent. He won't be spotted if he goes up now, because shox is actually off the angle. There could be a freebie. The spray, it's wild, though. Died multiple rounds in a row to a player aggressing outside. JW. Oh, he's in vision, and this time shox will get the better of him. Also, Brolin's actually gone down elsewhere. That's a man seemingly put the time in. This round again is looking like a bleak one. Golden gets anything we saw on the last one. They've achieved little to nothing.
Yeah, they've just been massacred and clobbered each and every time. It feels like these retakes have come into play. Crims this half. And a complete turnaround from that Inferno performance. We expected that Vitality would...
Worried for Fnatic for sure. I think we could be seeing 2 stompy maps and then final to decide it. But hey, JW and Crims. Seems like they've come alive at the right time. Maybe a little bit late, but we'll see. Golden's hero performance has dissipated, but he'll add 1 to the death toll as well. ZywOo, however, has been brilliant. He's been bringing back rounds. They had a 2 versus 4 earlier that came very, very close. The 2v5 now turned to 3.
Perspective, they're in very good post-plant positions. They have a HE and a bunch of flashbangs. They need ZywOo to stay alive, and with him falling, the round may very well go with him. RPK, right idea with a nade, but there is the wraparound from Flusher. So Fnatic will have at least 5.
Be favoring a team with a man down. Nice nade, though. That's a great start, even better for RPK, however, as Golden is gone. That aggression outside, which was initially so successful, has started to fail, and RPK, after a quiet performance on the last map, has come back swinging. However, Brolin may have an answer to the call. Somehow, still, it's left only on to Crims, the heroics of the youngster. Still not enough. But Misuta and shox, both low, bombing Crims' hands, but not for long.
Only 100 ADR and 15 kills to his name as Fnatic look to try and push into ramp. Misuta with 3, 4, 1 taps in a row. He's on for the ace. And he'd love to see him pick it off, and he has a miraculous pistol hold by Misuta.
Counter-strike, but that's because presence really wasn't there too much at all. Comes in, and wow, that was impressive. This round, it's the ZywOo show. Can we get back-to-back aces? This one won't be quite as impressive, but clean nonetheless. RPK!
Mate, most of them you've created yourself. But the fruits of his labor not fully felt. However, Vitality to a 12-5 lead before JW threads the headshot. And how things are spinning out of control for Fnatic. They have JW on 40 and a 3-on-3. A bonus round on Vitality with an MP9 and a FAMAS. And ZywOo's putting that FAMAS to use. Spins on a swivel, but JW's head remains intact. But for how much longer is the question, because the rest of his teammates have all stumbled around him. 40 HP separating Fnatic, and another loss, and it's just been put down.
Apex is also going to be tagged low, so this is looking like a better opportunity. Again, though, we're just going to see all-out aggression. ZywOo's had enough. He said, you disrespect me in the last map. Now I'm going to put you down. 2 already for him. He's looking for his 3rd 4K in this second half. Those 2 tags. It's not like they got tagged in the brawl for the kills. This positioning from JW is checked. ZywOo is on point now. 27 kills. Crims alone. 1 versus 3. He's already dead. Didn't even get to finish.
Ooh, not too far off that. shox getting batted down and actually finished off through the smoke. And elsewhere, JW's gone to task, but he gets answered by, of course, who else but ZywOo. And now Misuta also helping out his star player, RPK, in hot proximity, up close with the AK. Good spray onto ramp. It's an even trade again, though, but Fnatic at least have the opportunity to push downstairs and try and feel off against this B site, where ZywOo now in control room, waiting, biding, wants to strike in. He's been spotted and he has been put down. Flusher nearly caught with a molly out. Does survive just about, with Misuta tossing a grenade to the backside of the site, softened them up, and I thought the grenade may finish one of them off. shox was thinking about helping him out. And ZywOo on the cross may get the better of Flusher. An important moment in the round goes the way of Vitality, and let's be honest, most of Nuke has. And this could be the final moments. The curtain coming down on our Nuke. shox with another one. Both the AWPers have run out already. And Apex going to task with another one. And it's all over. Vitality return the favor and destroy the Swedes. We head to a 3rd. Pistol ace, second half with the USP. maybe tested again. He's missed his first few chances, and you assume that's where the ace will go. And now shox comes in, the player that you're looking at to have a much bigger performance. He's already got 2 one-taps. There's a third, still alive, posted at the back of the bench. And even though he's fallen with Masuta, he's done enough damage to justify the rest of his team coming in. But JW is landing nothing but headshots. How the tables are turning back around before Apex stamps down onto Fnatic with ZywOo.
In fact, even gets stuck on the ladder. Nice kill from Brolin, though. The entry is clean. A second one as well. Looking for ZywOo, but the AWP will survive at the back of the site. And they're going to have to be wary of this. Going to try and deny the plant. He even spots the leg out, does some damage to Golden, but not going to kill him off. In fact, though, it's his teammate of Apex that comes in, and Brolin's fallen as well. This swiftly moves into an advantageous position, and it's all on Crims. But he's found the first through the smoke.
There is another smoke in play, which is being tossed up and over to try and cordon off the connector. Crims may think about peeking in, but ZywOo
having to fall off the angle, just throwing out utility to try and delay the push as much as possible. The flashbang's actually pretty good, but he takes some damage in return. Nice shot from Masuta, but the trade comes back in. It's actually the scout of Flusher, but he doesn't last long at all. And in the chaos, the bomb is only just going down. There's so much for Fnatic to do. 2v4, it just doesn't seem possible, especially with the angles currently being held. Nice shot from Golden. He'll start off onto one. It gives his teammates some space, and Golden goes huge again. He's returned to the table, but there's one more left to find. It's RPK, the tank, trying to make his way through the window. It's a tight squeeze, and he's not going to get it through. It's Golden, less so than other teams. Their money in this situation, it still sucks, but Golden is going to start things off just as he finished the last with a headshot onto RPK. It leaves Masuta at the back of the site, stuck in the mud, and the bomb planted with no real chance for a response. In most of these rounds, I've looked to the retake. This one, I'd almost look to the save, but ZywOo gets a quick kill. They need to be even faster, however.
Need to switch up the pace, get rapid, get up close and personal, and ZywOo's AWP gets him as close as he could possibly want. On CT boxes, he is lighting up the T's where he stands, but Brolan's up to the task. His AK rips and tears.
Easy, huh? That's not the Fnatic way. It has to be as difficult as humanly possible, and they make it look good as they do it. Fnatic, as Vince would say.
Brolan with another headshot.
If he pulls up to land in a juicy tracksuit, I think that would be more daring than wearing the the Hello Kitty Fnatic stuff that they released.
I forgot about that. Oh, Golden and Brolan, though. Making sure that Vitality do not forget their names. Going through into the third map of our all-important decider. Elimination and qualification off the table. They've already qualified. It's all about positioning next. And also, of course, the bragging rights of coming out ahead in the group. Golden, he has been on point again.
So, potentially, a chance here for Fnatic.
It's a glimmer. Could end up just being the Mirage in the distance, but they have gone 1-for-1 in this trade before Vitality begin to shut it down. Brolan, the main man, the main performer on Fnatic, has been crushed. Apex pulverized by Flusher, and Crims also stepping up. So perhaps the youngster wasn't completely required. The old guards still have it within them to take this themselves, and they both stack on Firebox. This is unorthodox, not positions to expect. What? ZywOo still through the box into the head of Flusher, and this is where that double stack could absolutely wreck the CTs, and it will. Crims on Mirage, name a more iconic duo for success. If Vitality are to jump on top of this round, they have stacked 3 players over on A, flashbang through, but it doesn't affect JW, and he holds on, but so does ZywOo. Be careful, tread lightly, ZywOo will punish you. And the thin veil of weaponry has been cracked, crunched, and ZywOo's not slowing down. Oh my god, Zizou ZywOo, that is outstanding.
The likes of an Astralis when they're in top form. But that team in the past have been called, well, quote-unquote boring. This is anything but that. Fnatic playing potentially the most exciting Counter-Strike you'll ever see in the modern era. clutches left, right, and center, and Vitality trying to match up to this legendary roster.
He's hunting for his prey, stalking, prowling round the back, finding RPK. Unfortunately, though, he has no idea as to where Masuta is sat. He pulls out the bomb, 18 seconds, it's a fake, takes the head off Masuta, really putting this in amongst the... I was about to say in amongst the possibility of clutching, but Bill's all the better for it. But he's keeping 2 on B side. However, there's no follow-up. And Fnatic haven't sprawled out onto A just yet. No reason at rotations. You could see what Fnatic were going for, but it was slightly off kilter. Crims now shows his hand, tries to transition in for 2. And Brolan's HP. This puts Vitality in a bit of an awkward position, but shox just carves a path through Golden and gives Vitality a chance. The bomb's in an awkward position too. shox has to be weary of the underpass threat. Now threads another headshot, and the bomb is still down. They still need to go pick that up, and as a result of having 2 players over there, they're giving up map control elsewhere on the map. But ZywOo...
Not sure what song you'd have to choose, but we all know the classics at this point. He's trying to find their way back into this. It's RPK looking to sneak in from behind. Has to try and sneak around this angle, and JW's almost using that smoke to shroud, and he snaps back to finish off this half.
And Vitality, instead of playing it slow steady, they get straight up into the face of Fnatic. But Brolan, he's not for being dissed or disrespected. He comes out with 1 before he shut down ZywOo on 23 kills already. Could be adding some to that mark. And he does. He pivots in for 1 onto Golden. But if he were to fall, then Crim's in real trouble on Catwalk. Peeks in, has his head cleaved by ZywOo. And now Crim's so many players to fend off against.
Scoreline's equal. And obviously there's one man who we want to highlight in this sort of situation. Not Golden, but you know, he's been pretty impressive as well. Brolan steps up alongside him. JW so quick to rotate. There's no round that can't be brought back. Apex at least finds 1 more. The SMG at range, not ideal, but it works! And they managed to clutch out a couple of rounds on their own.
Well, looks like we will leave.
Vitality fans hate me right now for even mentioning it. But... oh well, I think a lot of people do, but with some of the stuff I've said so far. Bring it on. 2 kills already, though. Flusher with that AWP has actually been something I've enjoyed more than I thought I would. Again, a few years ago, you told me Flusher AWPing, I'd be like, nah, spraying through smokes, I'll take that instead. But, no, he's been very good with it. And this round, squeaky clean. It's something they need.
Boosted up on the box. Will be peeking, spotting a player in the absence, sprays Brolan to perfection, surgically removing all of the players on the B site. It's pretty straightforward up until they run into a JW. And he has the AWP alongside him. Another flick onto Apex, who was looking like this round may just slip away. But now it's being grabbed back onto again. Narrowly misses out onto ZywOo. That would have been so quick on the shot. And now it's down to Flusher. We also know he can pick up that AWP and make use of it. But in this kind of a scenario, you probably want to keep the AK for the spray. And ZywOo takes...
It's not pretty. And ZywOo, I'm not going to bet against him in this duel. It's a swing from Golden that, well, just keeps on swinging. It's throwing him out of the round completely. But Flusher's position could make things interesting.
Yeah, he has Palace. He's about to get flanked in by Apex. Really important trade. If Flusher can win it, he can trade up to an AK and then start to use against the T's. He does come out ahead at the cost of half of his HP, and now he can pivot into position. It forces Vitality to aggressively try and take the rest of A, and in doing so, they line up for Crims. This is all a byproduct of Flusher's positioning, and although he shows his hand, it's too little too late. ZywOo's on for the clutch, already with 3 kills to his name. To his sidearm of the Glock, up close and personal. Crims is making moves in. It's all down to this, and Crims secures the quad. Does he have time, though?
Nade's going to be coming out. In fact, a very impressive one. This isn't the best investment from Fnatic, but they could at least do some damage. ZywOo may be low, but he's still going to start. He's got Apex alongside him. At least for a moment. He's at a Brawler making a rotation through the connector, and that could be at least an extra weapon. Probably not the one he was hoping for. A scout, not ideal, and well, shox will take those kills all day long.
Masuta, big kill. And JW, maybe they can start to turn their fortunes back around again. It's easy to get pessimistic about this performance, really, but they can just deal with that ZywOo threat. Maybe there are ways back in. Much easier said than done, of course. And speaking of the man, comes up head-to-head with Crims, who nearly punishes him. As maybe a way back into the round had Crims have connected fully onto ZywOo. Two very low players. ZywOo quickly darting into ladder room. And Crims will be in hot pursuit. Apex not called upon because ZywOo shuts him.
You can have Counter-Strike. Golden, though. That's a decent start. Early piece of aggression. Brolin in a good position. He does a lot of damage, and Fnatic have finally risen to the occasion. It took 15 rounds on the board for Vitality, but they will get one back. Apex would need a miracle, and JW doesn't give him a moment's notice. An instant trade and response.
Yep, 100% our fault, guys. Definitely blame us. And now Vitality, another match point. Flush up close. Getting one, but traded instantly. RPK will happily take that trade. ZywOo bursts into action, shutting down Golden. Crims stuck at the back of Toll Booth, needs his teammates to come and help him out. Now being eroded away. The marriage of A becoming annulled by ZywOo, who goes in for his 38th kill. And now it all falls upon Crims, and he is in a grim situation. I've gone and done it again. But can the Swedes somehow dig his team out of this horrific situation they find themselves in? If he doesn't, they're down, they're out. They've lost the game, and that's exactly what happens. And who else but ZywOo? 39 kills in regulation.
I don't know. Maybe Crims can at least sit back and go, well, it ain't 44, is it, mate? Come on.